Welcome to Burning of the Midnight Lamp, where we are dissecting music history, album by album, track by track. Today we have come to the track You Feel So Lonely You Could Die, a David Bowie song from his album The Next Day from 2013. Remember to like and subscribe if you want to hear the other analysis of the songs on this album. We do all the tracks on this album, and we did all the tracks on The Next Day, so they are out here as well. And we will do more tracks by both Bowie and other artists in the future. We also have a podcast where we discuss the whole album from start to finish. And we have a Patreon as well, if you'd like to support us there, where we have published the full podcast filmed. And in addition, you can join us there listening to the full album from start to finish. My name is Frode.
My name is Trond.
And my name is Chris.
And we're just going to go ahead and listen to You Feel So Lonely You Could Die.
No one ever saw you moving through the dark, leaving slips of paper somewhere in the park, hidden from your friends, stealing all they knew, lovers thrown in airless rooms, then vile rewards for you. How I'm gonna tell, yes I've gotta tell the things you said. When you're talking in the dark, and I'm gonna tell the things you've done. When you're walking through the park, on a thriller street will come the silent gun. You've got a dangerous heart. You stole their trust, their moon, their sun. There comes the assassin's needle on a crowded train. I bet you feel so lonely you could die. Crammed with people, landscape filled with wrath, gray and concrete city, rain has wet the street. I want to see you clearly before you close the door. A room of bloody history, you made sure of that. I can see you as a corpse hanging from a beam. I can read you like a book. I can feel you falling. I hear you moaning in your room. Oh, see if I care. Oh, please, please make it soon. Walls have got you cornered. You've got the blues, my friend. And people don't like you, but you will leave with
You Feel So Lonely You Could Die. Great Bowie ballad.
Absolutely. I find this song epic. One of the real surprises for me on the album. I hadn't been listening to it so much before the podcast, but now it's really grown on me.
It's been one of my favorite tracks on the album from the start, actually. I find it a beautiful Bowie ballad. Really love the uplifting chorus. Musically, I mean, again, it's the stark contrast with the uplifting melody, happy song. I mean, it could have been a love song, right, in another artist's words, but here again, it's a very dark topic, and I hope you feel so lonely you could die. That's a rough statement.
It is. There's a very Cold War spy feel to the lyrics, with references to notes in the park and concrete buildings in the rain, and
The assassin's needle on the train.
yes, there's certain words and phrases that gets the associations going to Cold War spy scenarios, and of course I would assume that a spy is a lonely job.
I think so.
It also has this marching rhythm in the verses. Once again, that can be referenced to PJ Harvey, which uses that in several songs. For instance, one called Chain of Keys, which I guess also is to associate the song with war.
I mean, Visconti himself described the song as being related to Russian history and the Cold War. Kind of confirms, or at least that's his thought as well. I'm not sure if it's a confirmation, if he discussed the topic of the song with Bowie.
Well, it fits with other tracks being historical tracks, being tracks about war. So he was probably reading some Cold War spy, possibly, or just being inspired by that. And the ending of the track, it's a beautiful instrumental piece fading out in the end. We've discussed other songs having a bit abrupt ending, but this is just perfect.
And it sounds to me like there's almost another song that's being played in the end. It's a bit similar to Where Are We Now, but it's not that one. But it sounds like they kind of just took a snippet of another song and played in the ending.
It's a great ending, and you, of course, I mean, the most striking part with that is the drum beat, which is basically the drums from 5 Years, the intro to Ziggy Stardust album. And Bowie specifically instructed the drummer Zachary Alford to play those drums at the end there. So he did have a meaning behind it. A cool reference, I think.
Is it referenced in other ways in the lyrics?
I'll have to check the almost unreadable lyrics because of the clever graphics. No, it's not unreadable. It's the next song is unreadable because it's spread out on 2 different pages.
I wouldn't say it is. Nothing there that comes to mind. I mean, talking about buildings crammed with people, doesn't he mention that in 5 Years lyrics? He thinks I had to cram so many things to store everything in there. The word cram is not a word you hear very often in a song lyric.
No, but it's interesting. I had to cram so many things to store everything in there, and all the fat, skinny people, and all the tall, short people.
all the nobody people and all the somebody people.
Yeah.
I mean, it could be that when he wrote the words crammed people and that he himself remembered that line from 5 years and that association, I thought, maybe I put that at the end of the song.
Yeah.
Maybe.
It's possible.
He described the song using 3 words, and those 3 words were traitor, urban, and comeuppance, which is receiving just punishment for one's actions.
Well, if it's a traitor, meaning a spy, getting the assassin's needle on the train and having a lonely death.
In the urban setting. I mean, there are many things here. I mean, those 3 words are quite easy to fit into the lyrics and the themes we talked about. Of the spy setting or the Cold War setting, the traitor here in an urban environment, and either that person feels he needs to receive just punishment, or if you are a spy, you have done something, then maybe you deserve to get some just punishment. Maybe so it fits. It's maybe for me at least easier to interpret that into the lyrics of the songs than many of the other words that we have discussed in the other songs.
I think it's also because this is a clearer lyric. As some other examples on the album, it's more like a short story.
But there is also another quite maybe unusual reference in the song to another rather famous artist.
Thinking about Elvis Presley.
Yes, that's the one.
In Heartbreak Hotel, I mean, the Elvis repeats that or ends every verse in Heartbreak Hotel with referencing being so lonely you could die, or they could die, or I could die, and so on.
Yeah. And I mean, that is a bit too close for it to be a coincidence that he would. I would think Bowie would know that song from before. So
he probably knew that. I cannot imagine that he would have that song in mind when he wrote it. I don't know. Maybe he knew that, okay, that's the same line, but I can't imagine there's any more connection to it than that.
So it's not a homage to Elvis Presley.
I hope you feel so lonely you could die. No. It's also the longest track on the album, just below 5 minutes, which isn't, still that long. I mean, with the number of volume of tracks on the album, all the songs need to be short, I guess. So this clocks in at 4:38.
And it could have been a great ending for the whole album, with Heat placed, sequenced differently, as it fades out with this 5 years drum that also fades in on Ziggy Stardust. It would have made a circle, but of course.
And also the fact that the song is, that R&B ballad style is not very similar, but it is a little bit reminiscent of Rock and Roll Suicide, which also ends Ziggy Stardust.
But that would have been too simple. He chose a stranger ending, which we will see in the next video for the track.
So look in a couple of more days, and we will drop also our discussion on Heat. And with that, we end it for today. Please remember to like and subscribe to get the notification on when Heat is coming, and also when we're going to release other discussions on other albums and other songs. Then it's only for us to say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Don't be a stranger.